Welcome to the first episode of Map Making Tips and Tricks. My aim is to give you a better understanding of commands, command blocks, and redstone mechanics. I will take you on a journey through maps I'm currently creating and give you an insight on what goes on behind the scenes to turn thoughts into reality. I will also try to show and explain things in a simple and easy to understand manner for those who are new to Redstone so they can understand and follow along. Some of the things I show you might be a bit too advanced for you, but that's okay. Redstone takes a lot of practice to get right. Many of the things mapmakers create can take multiple failures to get correct. Now, I don't call myself an expert. Everything I know I have taught myself through trial and error or have researched on the internet. I know I don't know everything. There might be simpler ways to do things that I show you, but this is the way I've learned. I don't always go for the most compact design, rather the design that works best. If you have any questions or comments regarding the video or have any suggestions on topics I should touch, please let me know in the comments. Without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, we have a lot to get through, so we better get a move on. Wait, what's this? Jazz music? We're in the 21st century, goddamn. Let's get modern. That's better. Okay, what do we have here? As you can see, there are 3 types of command blocks. They kept the old one, changed up the way it looks, and called it an impulse command block. They created 2 others, the aqua one, called a chain command block, and a purple one called a repeating command block. This is the impulse command block. Looks familiar, right? There are a few changes. First off, the GUI of the command block has changed. This is the same for the other 2 command blocks. We will go through this in more detail in a bit. You can also see the design of the block has changed. The texture has been animated and the lights blink. There is an arrow pointing to one direction. This arrow changes depending on how you place the block, similar to a piston. The text above the command block shows the command inside the block. So how does this work? Pretty much the same as the old ones. Power any side of the block and the block will trigger. It's as simple as that. Most, if not all of the time, you will have the impulse command blocks set to needs redstone. We will explore this more soon. Now we move on to the chain command blocks. These are the aqua colored ones. In the GUI menu, the leftmost button depicts the type of command block. To get a chain command block, click Impulse. This will change to chain. Once you exit the GUI, the command block will change color. Chain command blocks work in groups. Before 1.9, Redstoners would use long chains of redstone wire to connect command blocks, which was a hassle. Now, we can connect command blocks without redstone wire. Once triggered, chain command blocks will run their command and send a signal to the next block. The arrow indicates which block is next in the chain. To start a chain, an impulse command block must be used. Make sure the arrow faces into the next block or the chain will stop. Last, but definitely not least, we have the repeating command block. This has a purple color. To get a repeating command block, click Chain in the GUI menu. It will change to repeat. Once you exit the GUI, the command block will change color. Repeating command blocks have many features. They work similarly to the chain command block. When triggered, it will repeat the command within itself, as well as any command blocks that are attached to it. Once again, the arrows indicate the direction the redstone signal will travel. Conditional formatting is found in all types of code. This is an advanced feature and takes a while to get used to and understand. In the GUI menu, the center button depicts whether conditional formatting is active or not. As default, command blocks are set to unconditional. To turn conditional formatting on, simply click Unconditional. Although the command block seems unchanged, the arrow on the side of the block will now have a little indent on it. So what does conditional formatting do? A command block with conditional formatting on only runs its command if the previous command block was successful. When activated, the test4 command checks for a player within a 5-block radius. Since we do not have a player within a 5-block radius, the conditional command block or the center chain command block cannot run. When we move the player within the 5-block radius, the conditional command block will be able to run its command. In 1.8, we did not have the option for conditional formatting, but we could check if the command block was successful through the use of a comparator. But now, we can continue a chain of commands, even if some of the commands are not successful. The needs redstone option is a very simple mechanic and can be used for many different things. In the GUI menu, the rightmost button depicts whether the needs redstone option is active or not. As default, all command blocks are set to needs redstone. When clicked, it changes to always active. Visually, nothing changes. They are both very similar, but serve a different purpose. When toggled, the command blocks work like normal, but the command blocks with the needs redstone option on do not work. This is because, as the name suggests, they need redstone in order to work. Once the command block is powered by a redstone power source, the commands can be run. There are some guidelines to using the needs redstone option. Each kind of command block uses the always active option differently. An impulse command block always needs to be set to needs redstone, otherwise the block or chains cannot be activated. Chain command blocks are different. Most of the time, you will have chain command blocks on the always active option, as they need redstone to run their command. They can be set to needs redstone, but they need to be powered by an external redstone power source. Repeating command blocks can be used either way. Having repeating command blocks on always active, the command will repeatedly run without stopping. Having them on needs redstone means we can activate them via an external redstone power source. We did it! That's all there is to know about the new 1.9 command blocks. Let's take a look at some of the new features in action. It's a cold afternoon, the sun is lurking behind the horizon, and then it starts to rain. Have no fear! One simple command used on a repeating command block can save the day. Just put weather clear into a repeating command block. It will constantly update the weather to be clear, meaning the rain will never come. You want to fight your friends, but it's too much of a hassle getting items from your inventory? You can create a small item collection area with a small number of chain command blocks. Just give whatever items you want to the closest player. You could upgrade this even more by creating a class system with different items. In my map confined, I use a mix of both needs redstone and conditional formatting functions. Together, they can make very advanced and intricate creations. The idea is very simple, but it took me a while to figure this out and then create. I wanted to give the player 3 options to choose from, and they could choose these options in any order they wanted. Once an option is selected, it will be crossed off the list. For each option, a chain command block with needs redstone displays the desired text relative to the options selected. Connected to that command block are 2 conditional command blocks. These change the position of the redstone blocks. They can only run if the needs redstone command block is successful, and it is only successful if the needs redstone command block has a redstone block next to it. Any idea like this may seem complicated, but with the right knowledge, it is simple. Let's summarize. The 3 new command blocks are called impulse, chain, and repeating command blocks. Command blocks can only be used in creative mode and can be acquired using the command give your name Minecraft command_block. Conditional formatting allows you to run a command if the previous command block was successful. The needs redstone function lets you power a command block with a redstone signal, while the always active function powers the command block without redstone. Thank you for watching. I hope I have taught you something. If you didn't understand something, don't stress. Command blocks are a difficult block to master. They hold a lot of power. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility.